society has not really been fair with the girl child. In many cultures, the boy is preferred. The father is so proud that he has a male child. And the girls in the house, they see it, they know that the boy is preferred. And then the girls have all kinds of limitations. Don't do this, you are a girl. Don't sit this way, sit properly, you are a girl. Don't talk that way, you are a girl. Don't stand that way, you are a girl. Don't, you are a girl. The boy child seems to have no limitation. They go away with all kinds of atrocities. Our boys will be boys. The parents give an excuse for them because they are boys. So the girl child grows up and finds herself living in a home with her husband, a boy child. Well, they are now girl child and boy child. They are grown up and they come together. Now, she has that mentality that she is not up to. We call that inadequacy mentality. And it makes somebody so insecure. An unhealthy desire to prove herself correct all the time. She doesn't know how to accept correction. Whenever a correction is coming, the conversation is all messed up now because she thinks that the husband is telling her that she's inadequate. All what she used to hear when she was growing up. So she wants to prove herself. She can't say no, she can't say yes, I'm sorry, truly I did this, or I'm wrong. To say I'm sorry for her means she's accepting that she was not, she's inadequate. So she was right. And the husband gets frustrated. How do you handle a case like this? What should a husband do? Welcome to this edition of the Counselor's Desk. Today we are going to be handling this. My name is Dr. Beatrice Tembi and I am your host. Time will cut me short to talk about this kind of a wife, all her characteristics. But you can now gauge what I'm talking about. What should a husband do? Simple. The husband should provide for her compassionate love. All she needs is compassionate love. Before the Bible definition, let me give you the definition of compassion from Merriam-Webster dictionary. Okay? The definition is sympathetic consciousness of other people's distress, together with a desire to alleviate them. Sympathetic consciousness. Another dictionary says compassion is when one is tender and understanding towards another person's weakness, another person who is weaker, who is hurting, or who is in need. But the Bible gives a beautiful definition of it. The Bible says, husbands, likewise, dwell with them with an understanding, giving honor to your wife as a weaker vessel. So for me, that's the Bible's definition. Understanding to somebody who is weaker. Great. If your wife's physical strength is less than yours, if her emotional or mental strength is less than yours, if her social status now or where she's coming from is less than yours, notice that she is a weaker vessel than you. In any area where she is, less than you in any way, she is a weaker vessel in that area. So you must step in to show compassion and to show a desire to alleviate that distress, whatever she finds herself in. Okay? Great. So now, but practically, I want to tell you what to do to demonstrate compassionate love to your wife. Okay? I have a few points here. The first thing is, make your wife believe in herself. It's simple. You have to notice her strengths, her gifts and talents. Those are things you noticed before you got married to her. Good. Now that she's in your home, you have to let her believe that oh, she's strong in certain things. She's good at certain things. Okay? Tell her. Does the Bible not say that a word fitly spoken, that's Proverbs 25:11. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. Your wife is a silver setting, like a silver tray. Why don't you put your fitly spoken word inside the tray like golden apples? It will be so beautiful. Great. So tell your wife, tell her she is good at certain things, and let these compliments be sincere. Mean it, because of course she'll see through any hypocrisy. She'll see through it. Okay? So that's the first thing. Honey, you are so good at this. Let there be a kind of job description at home. The purpose of job description at home is not to, crush one person with work. Is to let people know when they have accomplished something at home. Let your wife know what she's supposed to do. Let's say every evening when she comes back from work. And you should know what you're supposed to do. On Saturdays, that you people are not going out, what are you guys supposed to do? Sunday after church or in the morning, what is she supposed to be doing? So that when she accomplishes it, you can say, oh, I knew it. I told you this. You are good at that. I wouldn't have been able to do this. Okay? Great. So, let her know that she's good at something. The next thing I want to say here is, whenever you want to correct her, please start your correction sessions with an affirmation. Affirm her. She's doing great things, good things at home. So if there's a correction you want to do, begin by saying that, look at what you did yesterday. It was wonderful. When I came back home, I said, child, this woman is great. But what happened today is, you now give the correction. This is what happened today. If you had just done this and like that, it would have been also wonderful. So you have given her a correction, but you have first of all affirmed her. If you don't give her this affirmation, her mind will quickly go back, her subconscious mind, go back to the fact that, they used to say they should, girls and, inadequacy mentality will set in again. And then she would shield herself from what you're telling her, the correction. She will shield herself like this. All her not being able to receive correction or criticism or always trying to prove herself correct is a shield. She's defending her emotion, her heart. Are we together? Great. So please always start with an affirmation. And then in the same line, whenever you are correcting her, it's good to always show your own vulnerability. You are not perfect. If not, she will think that you are perfect. Oh, you are good at this. I know I'm not good at that. And then she will start off a kind of quarreling attitude. Oh, not everybody is perfect. Not everybody is like you. And the whole thing would just be messed up. But if you tell her that, you see, I used to really feel this way or do it this way. I grew up not knowing anything. It's just in the course of, the course of growing up that I learned this. She will know that you too, you are not that perfect person. So she can now take whatever correction you are giving. Show your own vulnerability to this kind of wife. After all, are you perfect? Oh no. Do you have a perfect background? Oh no. So tell him her some of the things and then correct her. Okay? Are you learning something, young man? Great. And then do not start a correction sentence with a question. Why did you not do this? Why did you buy it this price when there are other? Why? All those things make a woman look foolish in her own eyes. Because some of those questions you're asking her, some of those questions don't have any answer. She just did something. Without giving it any thought. She just, did something. So you want her to start thinking, but why did I do it? There is no reason. She seems foolish. She's regretting why. The whole thing is messed up. Stop always asking your wife why. Okay? Are you getting me? Great. Because you can make her instead feel that, since I don't have any answer, I'm so foolish. And it's not a good thing. Great. Now, next thing, young man, always learn to acknowledge your wife's efforts and not only accomplishments. Listen, we always acknowledge accomplishments, not so? Oh, you have the supper today is so good. Oh, baby, you did this or you did that, or if she's in school, maybe you passed your examination. This course you had an A or something, oh, the baby is, so healthy, so clean. Those are accomplishments. What of her effort? What if she put an effort and didn't really accomplish something? You need to still acknowledge the effort she put. Women have a lot on their plates. Maybe she came back from work, the children are, scattered the whole place. She needs to arrange things before she starts preparing dinner. Or she came back, she made a fight in the house. The children, she has to bring peace and understanding. And then you came back, the dinner is still in process. And then you are not happy because, what is it? What happened? This is your duty, madam. I'm supposed to have dinner. That is wrong. The thing is halfway done. Why don't you acknowledge the fact that she's halfway done with the cooking before you ask her, but what happened? Okay, so always acknowledge her effort, please. Great. And then next thing I want to say is listen to her whenever she's complaining. Don't cut into her complaint with questions. Listen till the end with an intention of understanding and comforting her. Now, if you cut her when she's complaining about something, and then you just start asking questions, again, this kind of a woman always think that you are trying to tell her that she's low in her mentality, or she's a weak person, she's not correct, and it will not go well. Why don't you listen to her, flow with her in the complaint for about 2 minutes. Say, wow, they did that, your boss did that? But that's not right. We're living in a free country, for crying out loud. Why would your boss do that? Why would he say that? And then you say something like, you know what? Maybe this boss is trying to, now you are now on the side of explaining and comforting. And after some time you can say, but why did you allow such a thing to bother you? You don't have to be so vulnerable to anybody's comment about you. You get the point. But if from the beginning, as she just starts that, look, my boss said it, and then you say, but why do you have to allow it? Why are you so vulnerable? Is that anything? It's like, oh, just as my mother used to say when I was a child or a young girl, that I am a crybaby. The least thing I will cry. This is exactly what my husband is trying to say here. It would take her mind right back to when she was growing up, and she would defend herself against that feeling. She will defend herself against that feeling because she doesn't want to feel the way she used to feel, and there will be a total confusion in your home. All of these things, I'm telling you, if you have that kind of a wife, notice that she has gone through many things. Okay? Good. Last thing I want to tell you, husbands, is that you need to understand that a wife does not live in the present. I'll end with that. Your wife does not live at the present. Your wife always lives in the future. That is why you see her behaving in a funny way. Listen, if you're about to go out to a party, maybe at 7 o'clock in the evening, and you're already dressed up, she's dressed up and you are going out, and she rushes back home. You know why she's rushing back home? Something has come to her mind about what will happen when you guys come back home. In your mind, you are going to the party. In her mind, she's back. Because she's thinking, hey, by the time we come back, the children will be in bed, and I'm not yet given instructions about their supper. By the time I'm coming back, maybe I was supposed to come back and do some work. I've not yet arranged things. So she rushes back home to say, please, make sure you close the door. Please make sure you give the baby this. Don't forget the baby's vitamins. She's giving instructions. I was supposed to give these vitamins at 8 o'clock, but you see, we'll be back. She's back. Her mind is back home. Her mind is already in the house. A man and wife can be in bed. Listen to me. And they are already in a mood, you know what I mean, but in the mood. They are about to conclude the day in a great way. She exclaims and skips out of bed and rushes to the kitchen, only to go and remove a pack of frozen meat or something, chicken, to keep out to thaw, because she wants it to be defrosted. The husband said, but what on earth, what happened here? Oh, you're about to sleep? No, that woman is already in the morning, the next day. She's thinking about the meal. She's supposed to get up early in the morning and boil chicken or start cooking something. But it's in the freezer. It's all frozen. You are going to bed. She's coming out of bed. So you must always understand how to help your wife. Ask her, what about tomorrow's meal? Have you arranged everything? The baby's things prepared for the next morning if we are going to church, the children's homework. You help her do all of that. Then two of you can go to bed on time. And listen, I want to stop this thing. Men should stop this thing, that they rush off to bed first, lie down in bed, and they are waiting for their wives. While the wife is frantically arranging everything, arranging a homework for the children, shutting the doors, arranging everything, you are already in bed waiting for her. Anyway, I'll be handling that one when we talk about passionate love. All these things make up what we call compassionate love. Attention to her weaknesses. Paying attention to her weaknesses and trying to alleviate them. I want you to determine to follow up all of these loves with me, so that you can have a holistic view of what I'm talking about. And I want the ladies too, not to think that I'm spending so much time only with the gentlemen. I'll be coming back to you. But please, now let's complete this issue of love. Then I'll come back to you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Who is going to be loving his wife compassionately this time around? Great. Please subscribe. Click the button, like and share. God bless you.